to our channel. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Kelsey, and this video is going to be on how to conquer Disneyland for your first time. Okay, so when you walk down Main Street and you go to the right, the first ride you will hit is Star Tours, and Star Tours is a motion-stimulated space flight, and it's fun, so I recommend going on it.
There's 50 different videos that you could actually be seeing during that ride, so you might ride it once and you'll be on one planet, and you'll do another ride and you'll have different characters on a different planet, so it makes it different every time, which is great.
Very magical.
The second ride that you'll come up to on your far right is called Space Mountain. It is one of the fastest roller coasters, and it's completely in the dark to give the feature off of you're in space.
So after you hit Space Mountain, head to Autopia. And Autopia is where the kids get the feeling of how to drive a car.
The next ride is Matterhorn. It's a bobsled ride through the White Mountain that is in the sort of middle-ish of the park. You're trying to avoid the Abominable Snowman. It's bumpy, so if you have neck or back issues, I recommend that you don't ride it, but it's really fun, and I would say at least do it once, but it is kind of painful.
After Matterhorn, head to Fantasyland and ride It's a Small World. And that's just a little boat ride, and you travel around the world. And each room you go into, you'll see hidden Disney characters throughout, so keep your eye on for that. And you'll see singing dolls and singing animals and whatever. And it's a very cool place to go during the summer.
Also in Fantasyland is Peter Pan. It's considered one of the castle rides. It's probably the best little kid ride out there. It's usually over an hour-long wait, but you fly with Peter Pan over London and you head to Neverland. It's actually a really cool ride. You'll see a lot of teens and adults in line for that, but definitely take your kids there.
Yeah. So after you're done with Fantasyland, head to Frontierland, and that's where you can ride Thunder Mountain, and that's a roller coaster with lots of bumps and drops and like turns and stuff. So if you have back, neck, or whatever pains, I recommend not to go on it. There's also a little hint. If you are on top of the mountain, I think it's a second drop, there'll be a goat on your right side to stare at it the whole entire time you go around the curve, and it will feel like you're a slingshot.
Thunder Mountain is in Frontierland, but you're going to head over to Adventureland over that, and there's Jungle Cruise. It is a boat ride around the river, and it takes you through different wild plants, rare wild animals, and the skippers. They're very punny throughout the whole trip. It's actually really fun and funny. Good entertainment.
Also in Adventureland, I would hit Indiana Jones. That's kind of like a miss and hit ride because sometimes it's closed and sometimes it's not. And that is a ride with a lot of sudden drops and stops, and it's also very bumpy. This ride, you ride in a Jeep, and you're going to try to get through the Cursed Temple, and watch out for the snakes because they will get you. And this ride can also get really long too. Like there'll be like 45 to 65 minutes just because it's a hit and miss ride. So if you don't mind like running away from your party, I would recommend doing single rider, but you cannot guarantee that you and your party will be next to each other. But if you don't mind that, then do single rider.
Alright, after Indiana Jones, you're going to head back into Frontierland and go to Pirates of the Caribbean. It's a dark boat ride, but it tells a story of Jack Sparrow's adventures to find hidden treasure. There's pirates singing and fighting, and there's 2 drops. They're not very big drops, though. They definitely should add more.
So after you're done riding Pirates of the Caribbean, head to New Orleans and ride the Haunted Mansion, and that's where you ride in a doom buggy, and you ride through the haunted halls of the mansion, and at the end, you will actually have a ghost in one of your doom buggies. So watch out.
After the Haunted Mansion, you're going to head over to Critter Country and ride Splash Mountain. It's a log ride, water ride that you will get wet on. It has more major drops. It has animals singing, and you follow Mr. Rabbit on his journey to try and save all the critters from Mr. Fox, and you'll have to ride it to see what happens. It's pretty.
So once you get into the California Adventure Park, head over to the back left and ride Tower of Terror, and that ride is just like an elevator where you just go up and down, and there's a lot of drops, so if your stomach doesn't do good on like steep drops or anything, then I would recommend not to go on it.
After Tower of Terror, you're going to head to Cars Land, where you're going to walk down, and it's a spitting image of the movie Cars, like the little town. It is so cute, Radiator Springs. There's lots of cute shops on the way there, and you're going to pass On your left side, there's 2 rides they're still fun, but I'm not really going to talk about them. But on the far right is Radiator Springs Racers, and it is one of the most fun rides. Like, little kids love it. It's my mom's favorite ride. You ride in an actual car, and it takes you through the town of Radiator Springs. There's a race at the end. I'm not going to give away anything else, but you can do single riders also, and you might end up in the same car as someone from your family. You just might not ride next to them. Some people like to ride rides where the whole family is there. We've been there so many times. We don't mind doing things that we just see our families at the end and look at the goofy pictures. But yeah, it's definitely something you want to do.
After you're done with Cars Land, head over to Paradise Pier, and that's where you see like the major roller coaster, and it's called California Screamin', and it has one upside down loop. So if you are very terrified of roller coasters, don't go on it. But to me, it's probably like the smoothest roller coaster you'll ever go on. So I would just recommend just to get it over with, just to see how smooth it is, and yeah.
Yeah. So after you do California Screaming, if you work your way down a little more around the pier, you'll find Toy Story Mania. That line is usually pretty long, but it's a really fun ride. What you do is you're in a little buggy with 3D glasses, and you go around and you actually play a bunch of games. So, like, you have this little thing where you pull the string and it animates, so you shoot stuff out of your cannon. But you'll compete with the people in the cart next to you. There's 2 people, and then behind you, you have 2 people, and you're in front of a screen, and sometimes you're throwing a ball at plates through the cannon, or you're throwing darts at balloons, and it counts up your scores, and in the end, it, like, tells you what level prize you would win. You don't actually get a prize, but it is such a cute game for little kids. My mom's other favorite ride. Yeah. She requested it.
My mom always likes to go on that ride.
It's really cute. I highly recommend it. And it has Mr. Potato Head talking to you as you wait in line.
And it's animated too, so it'll be like, hey, you in the black shirt with the Christmas ears, and then it'll ask you some question, and you'll answer it.
That's me! I know. I was like, hey! Anyways.
So after you're done with Paradise Pier, head over to Grizzly Peak, and that's where you'll ride the Grizzly River Run, and that's also a water ride, and you're like sitting in this tube, and that ride holds 8 people, and you probably will get drenched on that ride, so definitely. If you don't want to get that wet, Ponchos. I would recommend getting a poncho. So, yeah.
Last major one is Soaring Over California, which is now Soaring Over the World. We have not seen it yet, but Soaring Over California used to be just going through, like, the different areas in California, shockingly. But now it's over the world, so
we don't know what to expect. Well, we kind of do just, like, major stuff over the world, but we can't really give you advice for it, so.
We go there so much, so finally we get to see something new, and we'll let you know how that goes.
So, one of my first favorite snacks is the churro. And I literally get like 3 or 4 each trip because they're so amazing. It's like this dough, and it's like, I don't even know like how to explain it, but it's like rolled in cinnamon sugar, and it is the greatest thing ever. And I would recommend to just at least try one, and you will fall in love.
Yes.
And you pretty much can get them anywhere. Like, you'll see like a churro chart.
What?
You'll see churro carts everywhere, so you definitely will not miss it.
Yes. My favorite, Kelsey doesn't really like this one, but I love it. It's a turkey leg. They have them in Main Street, everywhere. I can't even think where. They're everywhere. But basically, it's a giant turkey leg. I cannot eat my own. I share them with my family.
So, another favorite snack for me is Dole Whip. And that's only located one place, and it's in Disneyland, and it's in the Tiki Room. That line is usually very, very long. So I would recommend getting there like right when it opens, and then just getting it then. What it is, it's pretty much like pineapple, kind of like frozen yogurt, but you can also get it in a drink. I like the soft serve, which is kind of like frozen yogurt, and that's my favorite.
You can get popcorn in either Disneyland or California Adventure, but I love the souvenir popcorn bucket. Do you have one?
No.
Okay, well, I think most of you know what the typical Disney balloon is. It's the Mickey head and the clear balloon. Well, I have the Mickey head as my popcorn bucket, and I use it as a coin bank now. Oh my gosh. But yeah, you should definitely get a popcorn bucket. And eat it.
So my last favorite, like, little Disneyland snack is the corn dog. I would recommend to go to the Stage Door Cafe to get the corn dog and not, like, anywhere else. Because at the Stage Door Cafe, you get the corn dog and french fries, or you can ask for apples. And the other ones just give you the corn dog. So you might as well just get your money's worth with apples or french fries. And the Stage Door Cafe is located right next to Thunder Mountain in Frontierland.
So one of the shows is World of Color. It's in California Adventure, and you have to get fast passes for it. They sell them during the day, and the show is at night.
The next one is Paint the Night Parade, and that is in Disneyland, and it's at night. If you see, like, the parade during the day, it's pretty much that, but Christmas lights are all over the floats, and it is very pretty. And if you buy, there's like a paintbrush souvenir you can get, and fairies will come up to it and, like, pretend to tap it, and it will change colors and, like, light up and stuff, and it's really cool. Yeah. And it's really pretty at night, so I would definitely recommend to watch the Paint the Night Parade in Disneyland.
Okay, this is my favorite show, but it's Fantasmic. It is in Disneyland in Frontierland. It's on Tom Sawyer's Island, so if you, like, walk around the park, right in the middle is a little island, and there's a river around it, and so basically, it's about Mickey's adventure fighting, like, evil and whatnot. If you've ever seen the movie Fantasia, it has parts of that in the play, I guess you can call it, the show. I think pretty much all Disney characters show up at some point.
Yeah, there's some, like, boats going around, and there'll be, like, princesses waving.
Yeah, you'll see the mice from Cinderella. Like, it literally has random characters. But it is one of my favorite shows. It's very crowded in that area, but it's definitely worth it. And you have to get fast passes ahead of time, but I seriously recommend, like, you have to see that show.
Another show I would see is the fireworks show, and that is definitely at night, and it's, like, right above Aurora's Castle. And the best spot, in my opinion, is down Main Street, because when they shoot the fireworks up, you'll hear, like, songs going on, and on the walls on Main Street, they have a projection. And you will not see it if you're somewhere else, so I would definitely recommend going in the middle of Main Street to look at the walls. And also, if you watch the Paint the Night Parade, just right after that, move right into the middle, and you'll see the fireworks show perfectly.
I love Golden Horseshoe. So Golden Horseshoe actually has also entertainment while you eat, but it's at specific times, so you kind of have to plan around that. And they have very limited seating, so yes. Before a show starts, I would go in.
Another restaurant to go to is Boudin's, and it's right next to Paradise Pier in California Adventure. And what I get there, because I don't eat clam chowder or anything, I ask for mac and cheese and a bread bowl, and it is...
They have the best bread. Another one of my favorite places to eat is Carnations. It is also in Disneyland. It is on Main Street to the left. It has a nice little outdoor eating, but they also have indoors. They have really good baked potato soup.
Another dinner place or lunch is Goofy's Kitchen, and that's in downtown Disney. And I definitely would recommend this place if you have a bunch of kids. And when you eat, a bunch of characters will come out, and they'll sign autographs, take pictures, do whatever. So I would definitely recommend, if you have a lot of kids and they don't mind meeting characters, to go to Goofy's Kitchen, and that's where you can meet all of them and get autographs.
I hope you enjoyed our video on how to conquer Disney for the first time. If you liked our video, give it a thumbs up and subscribe. If you didn't like our video, also give it a thumbs up and subscribe. And tell your friends about us, because we're awesome. I'm Alexis.
And I'm Kelsey.
And you're watching Disney Dreamers.
Bye!